Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So a lot of people are giving some interesting predictions when it comes to this fight between Canelo Alvarez. The majority of the professional community, the professional boxers, I should say, they're all picking Crawford to win the fight. But what's really interesting is even old media, it seems like the majority of them are picking Crawford to win as well, but they do it a little bit different. They're picking Crawford, but they stay on code. They know how to all stay on code and pick Crawford, but not give Crawford, credit for winning, trying to discredit the win by already saying that Canelo Alvarez, he's old, faded, past his prime. Look how bad he looked against William Sco, et cetera, et cetera. Even though Canelo Alvarez is the younger fighter, he's going to be 35 when they fight. He's 34 now. He's going to be 35 when they fight, and Crawford is going to be 38, and the much smaller fighter. Old media and the rest of the race fans, they are just praying that they're going to be wrong when it comes to how this fight will play out. They have a lot of nervous energy, but they're not the only ones with some nervous energy. Canelo Alvarez's trainer is pretty nervous about this fight as well.
Sí, la verdad es un peleador muy completo. Creo que es de los mejores boxeadores que ha habido en la historia del boxeo. Del 1 al 5, me atrevo a decir, Terence Crawford tiene todo. Vamos a tener un difícil compromiso, pero nos vamos a preparar muy bien, mejor que nunca para ganar esa pelea.
Okay, so if you didn't read the translation, he said, yes, he is a very complete fighter. I think he is one of the best boxers that ever lived. From 1 to 5, I dare to say that Terence Crawford has everything. We are going to have a difficult commitment, but we are going to prepare ourselves better than ever to win this fight. I think it's safe to say Crawford and his team, they are a little bit more confident than Canelo and his team right now. I mean, now confidence alone doesn't win fights, but it helps. It is pretty funny, though, when you look at the dichotomy between boxers breaking this fight down and, like I said, old media, promoters and managers, et cetera, because every time a boxer breaks this fight down, they say Crawford is going to win this fight because Crawford is better. They always talk about Crawford's attributes. And like I said, when it comes to promoters and old media, a lot of times they don't even praise Crawford for being a great fighter. They usually just chalk it all to Canelo Alvarez is old and faded. He's not the same Canelo. But if Canelo were to win this fight, if he were to pull it off, you can imagine what those same old media members would be saying about Canelo then. Not only do I believe Crawford has a really good chance of winning this fight, but I believe he has a really good chance of either hurting or stopping Canelo with a body shot. I feel that Canelo Alvarez is going to be extremely vulnerable to body shots if he is standing right in front of Crawford, and Crawford is a really good body puncher. Because I remember when the very small feather-fisted Chris Bird, who moved from super middleweight to heavyweight, he was fighting David Tua, and he hurt David Tua with a body shot. I never seen him hurt with a shot to the head or a shot to the body, but it took a blown up super middleweight to hurt him. So I could see Crawford actually hurting Canelo Alvarez with a body shot. But at the same time, I could see Canelo Alvarez hurting Terence Crawford with any punch if he lands. What I believe Canelo is going to do in this fight, the main thing I believe he's going to do is he's going to try to disrupt Crawford's counters. What I mean by that is he's going to try to punch with Crawford. He's going to try to land punches in the middle of exchanges, which will be very dangerous punches if he lands them. But because of Crawford's speed and IQ, it's going to be pretty difficult for Canelo to even do that. It's funny, though, because I've been telling you guys for a while that I think Crawford can possibly stop Canelo with a body shot. And then I seen an interview with Bozy Ennis. Bozy ended up saying the same thing. He thinks a body shot might get him out of there.
He might stop you, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Canelo Alvarez got one of the best chins.
Yeah, but hey, listen, he ain't been hit by Terence, though. Terence can punch, man. You know what I mean? I know he's been in with some of the great punches and all that, but them punches gotta be placed right. You know what I mean? And Terence placed them punches, man. Them body shots, man. I don't see too many people go to Canelo body. Have you seen that?
Not really.
Not too many people.
Even Triple G, who's a
That's
good
what I'm
body
saying.
puncher,
Yeah, but
everything was up top.
Everybody, and he got a hard head, man. So I would go to the body, go to the head, and go back down to the body. And then once you just keep on going to that body, he's gonna drop his hands. Once he drop his hands, good night.
You know, we hear a lot of fans say, oh, but he got a good chin. Canelo got a good chin. First of all, people have to remember, Canelo Alvarez, he was hurt and got hurt real bad by Jose Cotto. But forget about all that. Let's say he has a rock solid chin, right? It doesn't matter. Because if you guys have watched boxing long enough, then you know boxers with solid granite chins that have never been knocked down, have never been hurt before, got knocked out. Diego Corrales was one of them. He used to just walk through the hardest punches smiling. All of a sudden, he gets knocked out by Floyd Mayweather. Antonio Margarito, Julio Cesar Chavez. All of these guys had granite chins. Getting knocked down, getting knocked out, it's not just based off of how good your chin is, it's based off the placement of the punch and the timing. A well-placed punch that you don't see, you don't brace yourself for, it could hurt you or knock you out no matter how good your chin is. And it doesn't have to be the hardest punch in the world. This is why a lot of guys who had solid chins, they got knocked out by fighters we didn't expect to knock them out. Nobody expected Floyd Mayweather to knock out Diego Corrales. When Tim Bradley knocked out Brandon Rios, everybody was saying that Tim Bradley was feather-fisted. Then when he knocked out Brandon Rios, of course, Mexican fans started making excuses for Brandon Rios, saying he didn't train for the fight. But once again, these are the same fans saying, I don't want to hear anyone make excuses if Canelo beats Crawford. Yeah, okay. Anyway, if Crawford wins this fight, he becomes the first man to become a 3-division undisputed champion, which would be a massive achievement. And then on top of that, when you just think of how long Terence Crawford has been on top of the sport, how long he's been pound for pound the best fighter in the world. As great as some of these fighters are on the pound for pound list, Crawford didn't just get on the bus. He been on the bus since the first stop. These other champs, they just got on the bus. Crawford been on that bus for damn near 10 years. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.